Welcome to TradeTheNBI.com. This is John. This report is for the 11th. Well, we had a little bit of fillback take place on this weaker shakeout reading. Now, it's interesting as we are reaching those matching highs on much lower shakeout and dangerously close to negative shakeout. But despite the fade of short-term buyers, we had a little pickup of green. So potentially we could cross with a P2 effect here. It's just a question of whether or not green will cross that cyan, which if it does, then I would expect new highs. And this was the point. We were expecting that if we got back to here, we would need to break out to new highs and start a new run of the shakeout going forward. Otherwise, we're going to come back and retest the lows down here. So that's what we will be watching for going forward. We can see that full steel reset, so the equivalent of any short run was pretty short, brief. The euro popping, not a surprise. We expected that with the elections, and oil still maintaining this run. So there's a lot of contradictions going on within what the perception of what the economy is going to be. And I think that's good because it provides the volatility. We kind of saw that intraday. From a gold standpoint, it's not producing any effect whatsoever. We look at the 5K, finally got everything back up and running with all of the charts, so that's a relief. It took a while. We ended up making those lows right back down to the 3117 algo, which actually we were right at the daily, which was at the 3116 range. And then we bounced back strongly, faded again, bounced back up again to the highs, and then just kind of traded sideways across. It was mostly a slight weakness within the overall setup on the DOC spreads, though we knew we had steel resets, so wasn't likely to produce a whole lot, and it did not. We came back to that 3132 algo level right there, popped above it to the 50, came right back down to it again, and currently we're right up just shy of that 3144 level range. And let me just increase that chart. Decent volume though that it's given us these nice little range moves because it's pretty good size range within a given day. We'll see if it's able to maintain that. We haven't seen any major derogatory news. Of course, there's an impeachment coming, but then they're talking about the USMCA. It already appears that any attempt at a trial in that is sort of done with, given what's being produced. So I think the market's pretty much shrugged it off from day one because we've maintained the highs. If it had been a significant risk, certainly would have seen much steeper decline than we've witnessed. So all in all, things are moving along nicely. Pretty decent as far as the maintaining of strength and support. We'll see if there's going to be any difficulty as we get towards the year end, and there's going to have to be a lot of balancing. But again, we kind of expected this for December anyway, because there were a lot of people that missed out on the overall run, and they're going to be chasing return, and that helps drive things. So I don't get scary for people when they're at the highs, but that's usually the whole point. The fear literally helps propel the market higher because you keep adding shorts in, and they feel the next little burst, and so on. So that's where we're at for now. I'll put up any new charts now that I have everything back up and running as any special situations occur. As always, though, trade well. We'll talk to you later.